Hey, what's up? It's Brian here, and in this video I'm going to share another powerful story from the book Life Lessons. And this is about making the connection between loss and love, between death and birth too, in this segment. So the author tells a story of knowing a nurse who was really feeling hopeless and down because they recently just lost a lot of patients to cancer and they were just feeling hopeless. And the author led this nurse to the maternity ward to see a lot of the newborn babies being born. And the author says in this segment, this is on page 94. So the author tells the nurse, quote, "Doing what you do, you need to come here often to remind yourself that life is not only about loss." And then the book goes on to say, "Even within our deepest sense of loss, we know that life continues. Despite all the losses and endings that may be bombarding you, new beginnings are all around. In the midst of pain, loss may seem to be never ending. Yet the cycle of life exists all around us." This nurse realized that she had been seeing her work only as loss. She understood that she had forgotten that she was helping to complete the lives that had begun, just like those of these babies in similar nurseries many years ago. So I just love that symbolism of loss and love and how they go hand in hand. It's the circle of life, as they say in Lion King. And when reading this, I also thought of another perspective, kind of tied to this as kind of an additional perspective on just the idea of why don't we look at adults as babies, right? And I'm not talking about being condescending to adults and looking at them as children. Like, that's the negative way of looking at them as babies. I'm talking about just having love for them, right? Because like with a baby, when a baby does something wrong, at least a normal person, you don't show hate towards that baby. You don't show contentment to that baby. You recognize that that's just how they are designed to be right now in that moment. And you recognize their capability to grow from that, to learn from that. But a lot of times with adults, we lose that whole mentality of being understanding to them. Right? Someone disagrees with you. Someone even treats you badly, and then you treat them badly maybe. Or you have contentment for them. You have hate for them in your heart. Right? But that's just so unnecessary, I believe. And this is tied into a previous video I did on this book too, on recognizing the whole person too. And tied in with that too, I said in that video, like someone's life is a continuous spectrum of moments, right? So whether you're 50 years old or 2 years old or 1 year old, that's still that person. Their spirit is still there. So think about that. Like next time a 45-year-old man or woman cuts you off on the road, don't be angry at them. What good does that do? Why should you have hate in that heart for that person? Guess what? That 45-year-old person was once a newborn baby. That's their spirit still. Think about that. Right? I think we as people right now, there's just so much hate going around. And so many people, they use the excuse of, oh, I was shown hate first. Someone was done wrong to me first, so I did it back. Like, everyone can say that. Every killer has experienced trauma. You can't use that as an excuse. Period. So that's the most extreme example, but that's like if someone's mean to you, you're not mean to someone back. It's just so backwards mentality that a lot of people have nowadays. And I think if we view people as babies, so to speak, and have love for them and recognize the capability to grow, then that's going to solve a lot of the world's issues. And even like looking at people as your own child too. Like with your own child, you can condemn their behavior, you can have tough love, but at the end of the day, you want the best for them. You want them to grow to become a better person. You want them to learn through their mistakes. So I think we should view everyone in that same light, as babies, as children, be understanding to them. If we have a world where everyone is just embodying love, humility towards one another, I just think the world is going to be a much better place than it is. And a lot of the issues that are going around, they're going to be solved, or at least the negative effects of them will be reduced drastically. So that's a message that I took from this segment. It was really powerful for me of recognizing people as babies. They were once babies, they still are babies. Their spirit's still a child. So I think that's my perspective. If there's any additional perspective you have on the quote, or just something out there in left field, drop a comment down below. It's all appreciated. So hopefully this video was impactful for you, and stay tuned for way more powerful quotes from this book. Take care. See adults as babies. Thanks for watching. Comment down below your thoughts on the video.